Hello, welcome back to my channel. So once again, this is Surgeon Jagor, and today we will discuss about the fourth uh, discussion of the CGS, which is the chord pillar. So, but before we proceed, I would like to ask you to support this channel. So please click the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell for you to be updated in our upcoming videos. Okay, let's start. So the chord pillar. So when we say court, it is the governed body officially assembled under the authority of law at the appropriate time and place for the administration of justice, through which the state enforce its sovereign rights and powers. So ang court, siya ang pa-implement, no? Tig-administer sa justice, sa hustisya, no? Siya ang mo-enforce paghatag og hustisya for those persons who are charged of a crime. And sa pag-enforce niya, binasihan sa authority sa balaod or under the authority of law. That is the court. And next is we have the judge. So the judge is a public officer, so named in his written evidence of appointment, commissioned under to preside over and to administer the law in a court of justice. So sa court, ang officer nga mo preside or the presider during the hearing or the trial will be the judge. So siya ang mo administer sa law. He will be or she will be the presider during the hearing. And the judge will make sure that attorneys, prosecutor, or both the defense play by rules of the game, so to speak. And also, the judge will determine the guilt or innocence of the accused. So, ang judge mo determine if the accused is guilty ba siya or innocent ba of a crime nga charged sa person nga na-charge og maong crime. So, he will be the one to preside over the ongoing hearing or trial. Then let's now proceed to the functions of the court. So this are the following functions. First is to protect the rights of the accused and to determine by all legal means whether a person is guilty of a crime, and to protect the society, to prevent and reduce criminal behavior, and administrative role. So first is to protect the rights of the accused. So we will discuss it one by one. So let's start with to protect the rights of the accused. Of course, the court will protect the rights of the accused to ensure that during the hearing or trial, so the court will make sure nga walay mga violations, no, walay mga na violate nga mga rules and procedures in handling the rights of the accused, or walay mga violation sa katungod, no, sa ka akusado or the rights of the accused. So kay if ever na mga violations sa rights of the accused, it is possible that the accused or the crime charge will be dismissed. So that's the main reason why the court will always protect the rights of the accused. And next one is to determine by all legal means whether a person is guilty of a crime. So of course, the second function of the court is to determine if, as I mentioned a while ago, that the court will determine if a person guilty ba siya sa crime nga na-charge siya or not guilty. So that's the main point of the hearing or the trial, because so that the court will determine if a person is guilty or not guilty of a crime. And of course, the third one is to protect the society. So in a sense that of course maprotektahan jud ang society. It is because when there is somebody who committed a crime, and then there is a court nga mohatag og punishment, no, mohatag og sentence. So of course, the person who are convicted of a crime will be separated to the community, and the court will send to the correction for the punishment and rehabilitation. So through that, the society will be protected because there is a court who will enforce and the laws, and of course give sentence, so that those persons who committed a crime will be separated, will be segregated to the community or to the society. So let's proceed to the fourth one, is to prevent and reduce criminal behavior. Of course, when there is court who will punish and who will determine the will give sentence rather to the criminals. Of course, when the people around the society know that there is a court will give punishment or sentence, so the criminal behavior may reduce in our society, or there will be a prevention, of a crime, because they will know that there are courts na mohatag og kanang sentensya, mohatag og punishment. So in that way, ma-prevent ang criminal behavior in the society. So next one, the last one, is to the administrative role. So of course the court has the role, big role, to those persons work in court. So like the courts, the all officers in the court. So the court also has the role to as administrative role to enforce the laws, with regards to those persons who work inside the court. And that is the five functions of the court. Now let's proceed to the venue. So what is venue? So when we say venue, refers the place or location or site where the case is to be heard on its merits. So that's the venue. Meaning, ang venue refers to the place. So as if there's a crime happen, asa man siya i-file ang maong kaso, where is the venue of the hearing or trial. So asa man i-heard, asa man i-conduct ang maong hearing, asa man ang venue. Example, the crime has happened here in Abanga, so asa man ang venue. So sa maong trial adto ba sa Kilibon or sa Tagbilaran, so of course the venue will be at the Inabanga. So but it depends on the imposable penalty. So later on we will discuss on that. Then that's the venue or the place, location. The next one is the jurisdiction. So what is jurisdiction? So when we say jurisdiction, it is the authority of the court to hear and try a particular offense and to impose the punishment provided by law. So ang jurisdiction mo ni ang authority sa court nga maminaw, to hear and try the particular offense and to impose punishment provided by law. So sila ang dunay otoridad nga maminaw ana nga kaso nga naman. So based na later on ato lang tagsaon ang jurisdiction. So with the difference between venue and jurisdiction, when we say venue, asa ang lugar i-try o i-hear ang mong kaso. So when we say jurisdiction, kinsay dunay authority nga mo-hear and try a particular offense. So that's the difference of venue over jurisdiction. Then okay, so let's now proceed to the kinds of jurisdiction. So first is the jurisdiction over the subject matter. So the second one is the jurisdiction over the offense. Third one is the jurisdiction over the person of the accused. And the fourth one is the jurisdiction over territory. So let's discuss this one by one. Let's start with the jurisdiction over subject matter. So when we say jurisdiction over subject matter, is the power to hear, determine, and decide a case based on its nature as determined by laws. So when we say nature as determined by law. So unsa man ni siya, unsa may nature ani nga crime, unsa man ni siya related, it is crimes against persons, or it is a violation of uh, tax laws, no, unsa man ni siya, criminal law, violation of criminal law, or violation of this violation ba ni siya sa public official ba ni siya na violate sa mga laws. So it depends. So when you say jurisdiction over the subject matter, it is depends on the nature as determined by laws. So kung ang usa ka kaso is violation sa tax laws, so syempre ang wala jurisdiction to hear ang court which is exclusive ra na siya for criminal action. So kung violation siya sa tax laws, we adto gina siya sa Court of Tax Appeals. So depende sa subject or sa nature sa usa ka kaso. So maka doon na siya authority to hear a particular case, but it depends on the subject matter. Criminal action ba na siya, or violation ba na sa revised penal code, or violation ba na sa tax laws. So depende sa nature sa crime. Then next one is the jurisdiction over the offense. So when we say jurisdiction over the offense, it is the power to hear, determine, and decide the case based on its imposable penalty. So kanus aman nga what you call that, dunay katungod, no, the authority to hear ang korte, no. So first, kaning imposable penalty, depende sa imposable penalty rather. So when you say imposable penalty, unsa man na siya, o kung ang imposable penalty is 6 years and below, so syempre the MTC or the municipal trial court will have the authority to hear the case, or has the jurisdiction to hear and try the case. But if the imposable penalty of a crime is 6 years and above, so syempre ang dunay jurisdiction to hear the case is the regional trial court or RDC, but it depende sa imposable penalty. So this is called the jurisdiction over the offense. So the third one is the jurisdiction over the person of the accused. So it is the power to hear, determine, and decide a case when the person is brought to court, either by virtue of arrest or by his voluntarism. So ang court, doon na siya authority to hear and determine and decide the case when kung usa ka akusado, no, madakpan by virtue of arrest or voluntary submission ba na. So ang court doon na jurisdiction to hear the case, no? Muna gitawag jurisdiction over the person of the accused. So when a person is being arrested, or arrested siya by virtue of voluntary submission, so the court will have the jurisdiction of the accused. So next one is the jurisdiction over territory. So when we say jurisdiction over territory, so it is the power to hear, determine, and decide a case when the act is committed or any of its essential occurred within its territory. So mo ni akong gi-mention kaganina that ang usa ka court doon na siya katungod nga mo to hear a particular case kung asa na siya nahitabo. So kung nahitabo, let's say ang imposable penalty is below 6 years, then nahitabo na siya sa Inabanga, so dili pwede nga ang jurisdiction na is ang MTC Talibon, but rather the MTC Inabanga or MCTC Inabanga mo na ang dili pwede ang tagbilaran nga court mo ay mo hear oy dunay jurisdiction because the crime happened is nahitabo siya sa Inabanga. So mo na gitawag og the act is committed or any of its essential occurred within its territory. So depende sa gitabuyan sa usa ka krimen or usa ka act sa person. Then let's now proceed to the courts in the Philippines. So first is the regular courts and the special courts, the collegiate courts, and the lower courts. So let's discuss this one by one. Let's start with the regular courts. Also, many ang regular courts as the Supreme Courts, Courts of Appeals, the Regional Trial Courts, the Municipal Trial Courts, the Municipal Circuit Trial Courts, the Metropolitan Trial Court, and the Municipal Trial Courts in cities. So these are the regular courts. So when we say Supreme Courts, muna ang pinaka-highest court in the Philippines, no? So unsay decision sa Supreme Court will becomes final. Wala na ilain nga court, dili na ka pwede mga moapila, no, kung maabot na sa Supreme Court. So he is the last decision maker on a case, no? Kung unsay yang madesisyonan, it becomes final. Then the second one is the Court of Appeals. So ang Court of Appeals mo ni mudawat og apila sa kaso gikan sa Regional Trial Courts. And also the Regional Trial Courts will sila pod ang mudawat pod og kaso nga moapila gikan sa Municipal Trial Courts. And the Regional Trial Courts will accept those cases who are impossible of 6 years and above. Then Municipal Trial Courts is 6 years and below. Then Municipal Circuit Trial Courts, these are courts, this court is also like an MTC, but duha lang ka municipal ang ihang covered. That's why they called it Municipal Circuit Trial Court. And also the Metropolitan Trial Court is also considered as MTC, but the Metropolitan is located at the NCR or the National Capital Region or within the Metro Manila. And lastly is the Municipal Trial Court in cities. So these are MTC gihapon, but these are MTC located outside Metro Manila. So daghan bata mga city nga outside Metro Manila. So that's what we call the Municipal Trial Court in cities. So below 6 years gihapon. Then let's move to the special courts. So special courts, first is the Courts of Tax Appeals, Sandigan Bayan, and the Sharia District Courts, and lastly the Sharia Circuit Courts. So when you say Courts of Tax Appeals, ang iyahang dawaton ng mga kaso is those are violations of tax laws. So dili mga criminal laws. Kung criminal laws i-file mo sa Courts of Tax Appeals, that is considered as out of the jurisdiction. So dili pwede ang criminal act i-file sa tax appeals, kaya lang dawaton ng mga kaso is those are violation lang sa mga tax laws. Then Sandigan Bayan, this is violation of the public officials, no, especially in the violation of graft and corruption or graft and corrupt practice act, no. So mo ni ang mo dawat sa mga violations or mga kaso and Sandigan Bayan. So those are public officials committed a violation of a crime of especially the Graft and Corrupt Practice Act. Then the third one is the Sharia District Courts. This is like an RTC, but this is specific only to the Muslim, because the Muslim has also an special Muslim code. So that's why they have their own Sharia District Court. It is also like an RTC. And the fourth one is the Sharia Circuit Courts, so like an MTC or the MCTC. So this is also specific for the Muslim, because the Muslim has also their own personal Muslim code. Then let's now proceed to the Collegiate Courts. So first is the Supreme Court. So when we say Collegiate courts rather, so these are the courts has more than one justices. So ang Supreme Court composed of 14 associate justice and one presiding judge. So a total of 15 justices. So always remember, Supreme Court has 14 associate justice and 1 presiding judge. So a total of 15 uh, justices. Then the second one is the Court of Appeals. And the Court of Appeals has 1 presiding judge and 68 associate justice. A total of 69 justices, the Court of Appeals. One the presiding judge and 68 associate justice, a total of 68 justices. And the third one is the Sandigan Bayan. So the Sandigan Bayan also has 1 presiding judge and 14 associate justice, also a total of 15 justices. And last, Collegiate Courts is the Court of Tax Appeals. The Court of Tax Appeals has 1 presiding judge and 2 associate justice, so a total of 3 justices. So those are the collegiate courts. So katong uban nga wala diri sa 4 nga collegiate courts. So the rest ato is 1 ra ang judge nga, 1 ra ang presiding judge. Then let's now proceed to the lower court. So these are the lower courts, meaning tanan nga court below the Supreme Courts are considered as the lower courts. Let's start with the Court of Appeals, Sandigan Bayan, Court of Tax Appeals, Regional Trial Courts, Metropolitan Trial Courts, and Municipal Trial Courts in cities, Municipal Trial Courts, Municipal Circuit Trial Court, Sharia District Court, Sharia Circuit Court. So these are considered as lower courts because below siya sa Supreme Court. Then, where shall criminal action be instituted? So asa man ang criminal action i-file? So according to the rule 110 of the revised rules on criminal procedure, section 1, the institution of criminal actions or the criminal action shall be instituted as follows. So for offenses where a penalty where a preliminary investigation is required pursuant to section 1 of rule 112 by filing of the complaint the proper officer for the purpose of conducting the requisite preliminary investigation. So pila may penalty nga required sa nga i-undergo preliminary investigation or ang complaint ito i-file sa prosecution or nga sa fiscal or the public prosecutor. So at least 4 years, 2 months, and 1 day. So kung kaabot niya siya 4 years, 2 months, and 1 day, so the complaint will be filed to the public prosecutor or to the fiscal for preliminary investigation. So if below 4 years, 2 months, and 1 day, so pwede na file ang complaint diretso sa court, either MTC or MCTC. But if the criminal act is required to have preliminary investigation, so the complaint will be filed to the fiscal or the public prosecutor for preliminary investigation. And that's all. Thank you, guys. So I hope that you will learn something new in this discussion. This is a short discussion. This is a very brief, but I hope nga naka-learn mo og something new in this video discussion about the third pillar of the Philippine criminal justice system, which is the court. So next in our next discussion about the prosecution pillar. So I hope that you will continue to watch as a support, and also please don't forget to click the subscribe button as a support in this channel, and of course please click the notification bell for your updates in our upcoming videos. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. God bless.